On today's IRS tax refund update, we will take a look at the latest developments, including the next round of tax refunds scheduled for release. And from there, we will recap some of the top causes of refund delays this year, as well as the top notices the IRS continues to send out to taxpayers experiencing delays, in addition to those tax filers encountering adjusted tax refunds after tax processing has been completed. Now starting with the latest, as the next batch of tax refunds is scheduled for release on June 18th and 23rd, as confirmed by the refund status results and tax transcripts seen here. And if you are part of this latest refund batch and have chosen to receive that refund via direct deposit, you should see that refund post to your bank account by that refund date, and in some cases possibly before, depending on your bank. But do allow 5 additional days after the refund date for it to post to your bank account before initiating a payment trace with the IRS. Meanwhile, those who are receiving paper checks should receive it in the mail within 7 to 10 days of that refund date. Even though it has been nearly 2 months since the tax filing deadline has officially passed, tax processing remains ongoing, and it is likely that delays will continue through the summer months and into the fall for some tax filers. Now, if you are experiencing delays, please let us know in the comment section when you filed your tax return, as well as some of the tax transcript codes you are encountering, and if you have reached out to either the taxpayer advocate or your congressional representative for those who have not had a resolution by contacting the IRS directly. Now, recapping some of the top reasons why your refund may be delayed in 2025, starting off with, there was an entry error on the tax return which the IRS identifies as a math error, when the tax filer accidentally entered wrong amounts in the tax return. Now, this is such a common scenario that in 2022, there were 17 million tax returns filed containing math errors. And the good news in this case is that the IRS can often autocorrect the issue, which will prevent additional delays and the need for the tax filer to submit additional paperwork to substantiate their entry on the tax return. Meanwhile, a second cause of delays is that the IRS computer system flagged a potential discrepancy oftentimes relating to income and what the tax filer entered on their tax returns and compared to what the tax filer's employer entered on their tax filings. In this case, the IRS may in fact send out a letter requesting additional documentation. Meanwhile, a third reason for tax refund delays is the tax return in question is under additional review due to one of a series of credits being claimed from the Earned Income Tax Credit to the Additional Child Tax Credit or even the Solar Credit. And in this case, the IRS may also request additional documentation so that tax processing can in fact continue. Another significant cause of refund delays that is impacting tax filers even now is that the IRS has not received or processed their employer's tax returns. And why this is extremely important is due to the fact the IRS compares what your employer reported for wages to what you reported on your tax returns for accuracy. Meanwhile, another top reason for a refund delay, which specifically impacts early tax filers, is the need to complete ID verification. And this occurs to even those who have completed ID verification in previous years and have had no issues with their tax returns or potential identity theft in the past. It is also important to note this issue will not autocorrect itself, and your refund will be on hold until you complete the verification process, which in most cases can be completed online. And yet another issue is those tax filers who file paper tax returns, as they can expect to experience some of the longest delays due to the fact an IRS employee must enter the tax return line by line into the IRS computer system. Recapping some of the top notices that will be sent out by the IRS this tax season, including IRS Letter 2644C, also known as the 30-day notice, which is sent by the IRS to impacted tax filers that the processing of their tax return is taking additional time. And a major reason for this letter being sent out is the IRS still needs to review the tax information provided by the tax filers. Employer-specifically wage information so they can match what your employer reported and compare it to your return for accuracy. And it is not uncommon to receive several of these letters while waiting for your return to be processed and refund issued. Another letter is from the CP05 series of notices, which is when the IRS is requesting additional documentation from you, specifically wage documents such as pay stubs or tax forms. Confirming what you entered on your tax return is correct before processing can continue, as well as the CP75 letter, which is sent to those claiming certain tax credits like the Earned Income Tax Credit, asking the tax filer to provide specific documentation as it relates to their dependents, such as a birth certificate and/or proof of residency. Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax issue. In the meantime, we will keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.